If there's ever a Mount Rushmore of the Little Rock culinary scene, Mark Abernathy will be on it. A chef, a business owner, and an impresario. He was the driving force behind some of the city's most popular restaurants. Tonight, we look back on his legendary career as he moves into retirement.
I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about pizza stuff.
Mark Abernathy started in the restaurant business in the 1970s in San Antonio, Texas, and was heavily influenced by that city's Latin culture and Mexican food. But all the while, he had an eye on Little Rock, his home, where Brownings, Mexico Chiquita, and Casa Bonita were the only games in town.
They served what I would call Sonoran, California-style Mexican food. It didn't have the edge that Tex-Mex did.
And so, in 1985, Mark came home, and with his business partner, Frank McGee, opened one of the city's truly iconic restaurants, Juanita's Mexican Cantina.
It was a giant hit, a huge success. We had them lined up outside to get in for ages.
It was powered by great recipes, including some of the first fajitas in Arkansas.
I mean, we didn't cut any corners. We used all the best ingredients. Everything was homemade. I mean, we had big pots of beans going every morning and made our own refried beans. It was really good Mexican food.
And it moved beyond food when Mark expanded Juanita's into a gift shop next door, creating a 300-seat music venue. Over the years, artists like Leon Russell, the Neville Brothers, and Warren Zevon took the stage.
They were on the road. Record company said, I'd rather have you out playing for 300 people than sitting in a hotel room. Right. And the word got out that the room was great. So we became one of the best live music venues in the country.
The success of Juanita's led Mark to branch out. First with Blue Mesa Grill in West Little Rock, where he debuted the world's first white cheese dip. Loca Luna would follow on Old Cantrell Road, and next door, his Italian experiment, Benevita, which later became the Red Door.
The idea was just to have a mix of food that just, man, that sounds like a good thing to eat. It's that simple.
Mark even became a fixture on television as a resident chef on Channel 7's Good Morning Arkansas, and is the star of Today's Cuisine, a cooking segment that aired on stations around the country. But nothing makes Mark prouder than his founding of the Central High Museum, an idea he brought to life in the early 90s with the help of some powerful friends.
Here I was, 40 years old, didn't know what happened in 1957. We never talked about it. We swept under the rug. It was something we felt embarrassed about. The more I dug, the more I realized, man, this is a story about heroes, not villains.
For Mark, it was personal. His mother served on the Women's Emergency Committee, which worked to desegregate and reopen Little Rock schools during the crisis. The museum etched that story in stone.
It changed the way we and the world look at what happened here in 1957, introduced the world to the Little Rock Nine, and now it is a National Park historic site. So I'm more proud of that than any restaurant I've ever done.
Now, after 55 years on the job, Mark Abernathy is ready for retirement, confident the Little Rock culinary scene he helped establish is stronger than ever.
You know, if you go to Dallas has so many great restaurants, but you know what? You can't eat in all of them. So really, in a city, all you need is enough. We have enough really good restaurants for people to have a wonderful dining experience, and I think the market looks good for that.
Well, we wish Mark well in retirement. Don't worry, Loca Luna and Red Door remain open under new local ownership.